Hey everyone, in this video we're going to be covering the final 4 core moves that you'll be using to play City of Mist. Picking up where we left off last time, the next core move, number 5, is Go Toe to Toe. This is the move that you're going to use for any sort of situation where your character is trying to accomplish a goal, such as grabbing an object or something like that, and you are facing opposition in doing so. Some of the example actions would be engaging in martial arts or close quarters combat, fighting someone for control of a position or object, outshining others at a social gathering, trying to outrun pursuers, gaining the upper hand in a game, or engaging in a battle of wits. So anything where you have a direct opposition, and unlike hit with all you've got, this is something where it isn't as clear cut. You may not have a clear way to hit someone with everything that you have. Either they're aware of you, they're alert, they have a defensive position. It's not actually a fight. It's like a social thing or a verbal argument, or you're not actually in competition at all, but you're running and you're trying to make sure that you can run faster or you can push things into people's way. Some of the example scenarios here would be stopping an escaping crook on a motorcycle by placing obstacles in front of him, but then he dodges. Focusing your premonitions on a group of hostages, but having your sight obscured by some dark force. Battling a ninja assassin in close quarters combat. Or confronting a virus on the genetic level to remove it from a victim's body. So these are things where you're in direct competition with something else, and you would use the go toe-to-toe roll or move in order to see whether or not you succeed or fail. The next one, and the broadest one out of all of them, is change the game. So this is the move that you would use anytime you're trying to give yourself or your teammates an advantage by either applying buffs to yourselves or debuffs to the enemies, or just coming up with useful things that your teammates can take advantage of. So some of the example actions here are heal, restore or fix, get out of a tough spot, gain or give a tactical advantage, set up a defense, create or acquire a useful object, or weaken the opposition. Some of the example scenarios are engulfing yourself in your fiery aura in order to incinerate incoming bullets, parkouring around an alleyway trying to avoid being hit by gunfire, towering over a secretive city official to loosen him up a bit, puffing out a cloud of spores to put a few guards to sleep. The next one here is going to be sneak around, which we mentioned earlier, and this is going to be used anytime you're trying to do something secretly or deceptively. So if you're actually literally trying to sneak around, if you're trying to deceive someone or lie, some of the actions here would be lie or deceive, impersonate, pickpocket, move undetected, or eavesdrop. Some of the example scenarios would be sneaking up on a nightmarish monstrosity that's attacking the city center, pretending to be an unassuming window cleaner when you're inspected by security guards, or trying to cut bonds without alerting your captors. And then finally, the last core move is going to be take the risk. This is the move that you're going to use when you're performing feats of daring do, trying to attempt something risky or dangerous, or something that's just outright stupid. This is going to apply in a scenario where you do not have a direct opponent, so it wouldn't apply for go toe-to-toe because you're doing something where you don't have someone actively trying to counter you. Also, unlike face danger, you don't yet have something to resist. So if someone's going to hit you in the face, that's face danger. You try to dodge that attack. If you're trying to outrun someone, then you go toe-to-toe and see if you can run faster than them. Taking the risk is when you do something that inherently doesn't have someone who is trying to accomplish the opposite task as you. You're just doing something that inherently could be very dangerous. Some of the actions here would be climb a slippery ledge, defuse a bomb, drive through a marketplace, cross a security laser grid, slide under a closing gate, step up to an armed gang of monsters and mobsters and start talking. Some of the scenarios here would be climbing a crane to get into a better sniper position, running into a building that's on fire to try to save a kid caught inside, trying to teleport a high-speed bullet out of its course before it hits one of your allies, or calmly walking up to a drug lord who is heavily guarded by armed henchmen. So these are things that, as you can see, there's no direct opposition. They're just dangerous things to do that could potentially end in disaster, or if you're able to pull them off, could be quite awesome and quite impressive. So that's going to cover all of the 8 core moves that you're going to be using to play City of Mist, and those are the moves we're going to use during the one-shot. There are some other moves, some Mythos moves and things like that, but we're not going to be using them in the one-shot, and we'll discuss them afterwards. So, thanks for tuning in to this, and I will see you in the next video.